Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Barbie Dolls of the Week. So, this week I want to talk about several things, including some disagreements in the Barbie community on a couple subjects. But before we do that, let's talk about or show you some dolls. So, this week I thought I'm going to do some Powerhouse 80s dolls, and I've got four to show you today and I want to see what you think. I mean, one that I'm not showing today is Peaches and Cream, and I bet people would put that on their like top five, but I just ended up doing these four today. So let me start with the one that's the oldest, which is the Pink and Pretty doll. And this is the Christie, as you see here, and I picked her for a particular reason. So I don't have this one out of the box, but I do have the Barbie, and I'll show you her in a minute. Um, Pink and Pretty is definitely one of my top five '80s dolls, and part of that is the versatility and all that you got with this doll, all these different pieces, and you can see some of them here, and the different parts of the outfit. The hat is beautiful. It's just an amazing assortment of things that you get with this doll. And I mean, these weren't that expensive. I mean, I don't know, maybe they were 8.99. I don't really remember, but it depends, of course, what store you got it at. But I'm talking about at a store that it was like, let's say you got this at Kmart or Walmart or somewhere, Target at the time, if it was around. I don't know if Target was around back then. Here we had Airway before we had Target, and so it might have been Airway way back then. I think it was. Because that's where I bought some of my first 80s dolls, was at Airway. That was pretty close to where I live now, actually. So this is the Christie, and we'll come back to her in a minute, but let me show you the Barbie. Um, this is the Barbie out of the box. Now, of course, there are different versions, and she still has her jewelry, thank goodness, because, it adds so much. Um, Her outfit, it might be a little faded. Let's actually compare the two. It's hard to do with this glare, but I guess it's not too different, compared to the one in the box. But she's got these pieces that you see here with her, and of course, I save the boxes when I take them out like this, and assuming I got this one in a box, and I would have the other pieces would be in there. So yeah, this is one that I have out all the time. So I know we all have discussed this before, and we know that depending on what country this was made in, the makeup could be different or the look would be slightly different. So, for instance, this Christie, it says made in Taiwan. We'll see what some of these others where they are made, but maybe Malaysia or the Philippines could also be places that these were made at the time. So I like this, but I like the Christie so much better in this set, and part of it is she's so muted. The I don't know, it could use a little. I love the outfit and I love everything it comes with, but I'm just saying the makeup is a little muted. Pretty doll, regardless, and she does have her shoes on, and usually they won't stay on, but that one that's currently it's staying on. Now I'm gonna put her back up here out of the way for a minute, where she typically is. But back to Christie. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about Christie today and show you some is because there's I think it's, oh shoot, no, I'm not sure. Is it 55th anniversary Christie or 50th that just came out? I've seen her on several sites for Barbie groups. And there's a lot of talk going back and forth, and I want to give you my view on this, so as I'm always upfront with you all about how I feel on something. So, first of all, the doll, I don't have anything against the doll. It's pretty, it's fine, but it's supposed to be a 55th or whatever number it is anniversary of Christie. And to me, I can't tell that's Christie. There's nothing Christie about it to me. Now, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I mean, nobody has to agree. That's something I wish people would realize, that we can all have an opinion and we don't have to agree with each other about everything or about anything. That's why it's called our opinions, or my opinion in this case. But there's a lot of, and I'd say the discussion was actually pretty respectful, but a lot of disagreement on this because some people feel like me that they don't see any Christie in that doll. And some people are like, oh, but it's a new modern interpretation of the doll. Okay, that's fine, but then call it that. But when you say it's an anniversary doll, to me, that doesn't mean modern interpretation. That's just, again, my view on it. So, yeah, it's a nice doll. It's an interesting outfit and all that. So, I like it for what it is. It's probably not a doll that I like enough that I would buy, and I don't know what the price is going to be on it. I haven't heard. But I just think it would have been nice to capture some of these other Christie faces that I'm going to show you. So this to me is the ultimate Christie face. And it does still say Christie, this before they changed to Black Barbie. So speaking of Black Barbie or other Barbies that are black or African American, here's Crystal Barbie, and this is from, I believe, 83. Let me get my trusty magnifying glass out here and just see. Yeah, 83 is the box date. So here is her look. And of course, she's beautiful. And I guess this is the same face mold. Let me take a quick look again next to each other. Um, I don't know. Actually, they're not the same face mold. This face on Pink and Pretty is wider. But I like both these faces. And either one of these would have been fine. I think I don't know what face mold they're using for that anniversary Christie, but it's something completely different. So, just not wouldn't have been my choice. But hey, I'm sure a lot of people will like her, and there isn't a right or wrong answer. It's just preferences. That's the way I look at it for that. So, Crystal Barbie was very, very popular with that iridescent dress and that boa. Here's a picture on the back, by the way, of her. And there's some of the things she came with, including a necklace for the little one. Let's see, they don't have it pictured here, and I didn't bring it in, but there is, of course, a crystal can. I'm really surprised they didn't picture that on the box now that I think about it. He's, of course, in a similar white outfit, white suit. Looks really, sophisticated like she does. This little cameo brooch type thing is, I guess, what that girl was wearing on her neck, it looks like to me. So I don't know if I don't remember if there's something to hang that on in here or not, or you have to provide that yourself. But yeah, here's one that's out of the box. Oh, and wait a minute. This was made in, see where it says. Hold on. uh, Taiwan. This is also made in Taiwan. So Taiwan was busy 82 and 83. Okay, so here's one. I do have this one out of the box, and she's just a stunning doll, I think. I believe these might still be the original rubber bands, by the way. They certainly look like it. Their color is darker in some cases. And they look like they could just break at any moment. In fact, this top one has come apart, I see. She still, of course, got her bow and her earrings. I love these pendant jewels, superstar jewelry. Um, I think this is just an amazing doll. And I mean, you just think about the quality you used to get for under $10. And it's just amazing. And I mean, I know things were a lot. I mean, this was 30 something, a long time ago. So, um, it was so much cheaper to make everything and manufacture these dolls. And so, therefore, yeah, they just like everything, they were a lot cheaper 30 to 40 years ago. But look at her face. I mean, that to me is a beautiful face, as well as that Pink and Pretty doll. And, so like I said, it's not just one face they could use for Christie, but I mean, when you talk about the dolls that were actually named Christie, that's, I guess, who we're talking about. To me, it's actually a little ironic that they're doing an anniversary Christie doll when they don't want to use that name anymore on any dolls. So I don't know. That's almost like a double standard. I'm glad they're doing it, but as you know, if you're a longtime viewer, I wish they still called dolls Christie, whichever dolls. I don't care which dolls. But I mean, I like dolls having their own identity and not just all being Barbie. So, and then let's move on to a couple other dolls. Now, this is a fabulous fur Barbie. The box is certainly not in perfect shape. Let me see what year this is from. I forget. This one I haven't had very long. Also 83, so great year in the 80. And I consider 81 to 86 like probably the best Barbie years for me personally as a collector. Um, here she is. She's really leaning this direction in the box. Here's another picture. Her hair is such, the color, I mean, and the style. She almost reminds me of, a Dream Date PJ. If you look at her on this box, for instance. I mean, obviously there are differences. The mouth, obviously she has a superstar face, and that mouth is not like PJ's, which is just stunning. I mean, I think that PJ is, and some of the Whitneys are just beautiful, beautiful dolls. And you can see that there's also ways to use this, or sorry, wear this. It's different, all the different looks. So again, that was a big thing back then, is to have these looks that were multi-purpose. By the way, when I look at this outfit she's got on, like the bodysuit part of it, it reminds me of the one Whitney dolls in a way. It's not the same, but it just reminds me of it. Which one is that? Like, gosh, I forget now. Totally hair, not totally hair. I can't think of it. The Whitney, princess kind of Whitney, with the long blue dress and the silver little jacket. I'm blanking out on the name. Perfume Pretty, maybe? No, that's the other one. Anyway, Fabulous for Barbie. I don't think there were any other versions. If I'm wrong, let me know. Um, she just, I don't remember this one that much in the stores. Maybe I just wasn't. I mean, I don't love the outfit, so maybe that's why didn't get it at the time, and maybe I did see it, but yeah, I just was focusing on other ones. There were so many to choose from. You could only get so many, and especially budget wise, I couldn't afford all of it. Now, one other thing I wanted to mention before I move on to the last doll, this the other sort of controversial statement or question that I saw in a Barbie group recently, and I kind of like to hear people's opinions because I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I have a very definitive answer on this. So the question was asked, and it was a question, I believe. Um, is it racist of the person to display their dolls in a group like you see here? I mostly have African American dolls in this group right here. And then there's an Asian, section for Asian dolls. And then there's a bunch of just mixed dolls on these two rows, which I'm going to show you a little bit more of the, you know, view there of those dolls. But and it's quite a actually a long shelf. And I thought to myself, well, how is that racist? Just because you display your dolls a certain way does not make you racist. I don't get that. Says I mean, since I do that, I don't think it's racist to display your dolls in a group. I'm doing that. I want to be clear about why I do that for impact, for a display impact. I think that's what it does. It wouldn't matter to me if they were intermingled completely, but that's why I did it. So it's like, oh, these are my Asian dolls, these are my African American dolls, and the rest are, there's African American and Asian dolls mixed in, and Hispanic too, with the rest of the dolls in these two rows. It's just, I think it just looked good that way. But yeah, I don't see how that could be racist. It's like segregationist or something. I don't see it that way. Does anybody have a different opinion? And by the way, I'm willing to respect other opinions. Imagine that. And not everybody has to agree with me. So anyway, thoughts would be appreciated. Just a very interesting question, but no, I don't feel so. I don't feel that's the case. Now, the last doll today is one of my other all-time favorites, Day to Night Barbie, and this is the Hispanic version here on the back. Now, of course, they just did the one can, or actually, no, I take that back. They did the African American can, but I mean one non-African American can, so that's why he's pictured with her here. Love her hair, love the color, the style, and of course I absolutely adore this outfit, and this is open at the top, so I'm going to take her out. This book out. Okay, so you can get a better picture or a better view of her. Uh-oh, things are falling out. Her accessories I didn't know they were loose. So here she is. Her hand can come down, by the way. I like that. I'm going to put it back up because it normally is in the box. She's just got a beautiful face, too, I think. And, it might be the same mold as some of these others. I'm not sure with not being good at face molds. But to me, her skirt got more faded for some reason than the top, because normally they're about the same. But yeah, that's that one. And then I have the African American one, and hers is like what I just said. Here to show you that's normally in that group right there. That's why there's a couple openings. I took these two down from there. I just think they look great together, you know. And so this is that day to night. Her hair is still the way it normally would, but I think it's missing the rubber band, which is fine. You know, if you wanted to, you could brush that out, but I kind of want to keep it the way it is. I guess I'm a bit of a traditionalist when it comes to some of this. Displaying dolls, I want them to look like they did, or they always did. And then some I switch the outfits and, you know, like these at the bottom, for instance. But I mean, when they're this one, I want her to stay this one. Now, if I found this doll loose somewhere, not in her outfit, well, then it doesn't matter. So, but at least one I want to look like it was when it came out. And of course, she's got that, you know, wonderful glittery top that becomes part of her nighttime look. We got to hide that since it's daytime right now. I'm just kidding. But anyway, I think she's really pretty too. So when you put the two of them together, you know, they've got two of the four that were available in this set. So yeah, Day to Night was another one that was a powerhouse, I think, from that 81 to 86 time frame. And my question to you all, besides the ones I've already asked, if you would answer in the comments, I'd appreciate it, is what other dolls would you list as powerhouse 80s dolls for you? So again, mine were Day to Night, Pink and Pretty, Crystal Barbie, Fabulous Fur, and Dream Date, I would say, would be in there too. So yeah, those I think I got all the ones. And Peaches and Cream. I mean, I almost said Peach and Pretty. So anyway, well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed giving it or presenting it. And don't forget to check out my short videos that I'm doing as well. I've got some regular performances, lip syncing, some live singing, confronting my fears, and of course some other things. I got one in mind for some dolls coming up soon, so look forward to that. But in the meantime, have a great week, everybody, and I hope you enjoy your Barbie world. Take care. Bye bye.